Hi everyone, if you're into stealth, strategy and intense gameplay, then Commander Origins might just be what you need. Are you curious to see what it really gets right? Then stick around and find out. Having played the original series, I really hope that they stick to their strengths. But I also hope, and I'm kind of expecting, that we'll be surprised with some new features. And I'm happy to say, having played the game, it really sticks to the series' roots. It really reminded me of the first two games. You have that isometric view where you see everything from a bird's eye perspective, and you have the squad-based gameplay. And they are back in this game, and they're better than they were in the previous ones. So they managed to bring something new on the table. And you still control a team of commandos, each with their own unique skills. And so the overall gameplay, it really mirrors the classic Commando series, but then with a twist. And as the earlier Commandos games, this game also doesn't encourage direct combat. It's more about planning and executing your moves stealth style. And it's that old school gameplay that made the old games great and still works today. And another thing it really gets right is the stealth. I think if you're looking for action and lots of shooting, then this is not really the game for you. The thrills from this game comes from sneaking past enemies, using distractions and setting up ambushes. It's not so much about the fighting, but it's more about patience and thinking ahead and maneuvering around your enemies. And there's lots of fun to be had playing this way, because the AI is smart enough to make you really sweat. Enemies patrols, they set routes, but they're always aware of their surroundings. So you can't just walk past them, you really have to think about what your next move will be. And in the case you would get spotted, you also need to think about an escape plan. And all this makes this game really interesting and versatile. For me, the most interesting part about this gameplay is that the game gives you tools to approach these situations in multiple ways. For example, I use spies to gather intel behind enemy lines, or I use the green beret to neutralize an enemy quietly before moving on to the next point. And another thing that really works well, and we talked about this a bit before, is that you can use different commandos with different abilities. And because every commando in your team has its own abilities, there are loads of options and loads of ways to approach your next objective. So you can use a green beret for the up close and personal action, and you can use the sniper to take out enemies from long distances. And having the spy adds a real new dimension to this game. You can blend in with the enemy, gather information without raising any suspicion, and it's a really cool way to play this game. Or you can go at it loud and hard by using a marine, which can use explosives to blow up enemy equipment and other cool stuff. And we have a sapper who can disable enemy traps and barricades, so there's lots of stuff going on and lots of ways to approach your gameplay. And what also worked for me and what lies at the core of this game is the mission. It's the mission design and the variety of environments it brings. I felt that each of my missions was a real puzzle, and environments are packed with different sort of challenges that make you think on your feet. And I feel that the level design is excellent. You don't have to shoot your way through enemies. It really offers you enough room to find creative solutions to the problems you face. And sometimes you need to use the environment, like hiding behind rocks or using barrels as a cover or whatever. And other times you have to take advantage of distractions and good timing to get past enemies unnoticed. And for me, all this made me think what would be the best way to approach a specific issue. And because it isn't really that simple or that straightforward, the game creates a great tension. Every mission feels like it's building up to something big. The pacing is spot on too. So for me, it never felt that missions took too long, and you're always engaged with new objectives and new enemies to face. And being able to approach the game with so many different styles, it also brings me to the next point, which really works in this game, and that's the replayability and the multiple approaches. There are so many different ways for you to succeed in your mission. You could go in all guns blazing, you could sneak around, disable alarms and avoid confrontation altogether. So this means even after you've beaten a level, you can go back and try something completely new. And we have the core missions, but there are also optional objectives. So if you're looking for a real challenge, then you can try one of the extra tasks to complete. For me, these optional tasks added depth to the game and made me want to go back for another round. And because the game is set up the way it is, there are many ways to achieve your goal. There isn't one perfect route to get it done. There are different ways to approach it. And for me, it felt this game really rewards creativity and experimentation. I've made loads of mistakes during my gameplay, but I learned from them. I came up with new strategies and I tried it the next time. Sometimes it worked, and if not, I tried something else again. And because there are more solutions to one problem, this keeps the game feeling fresh. And it's a really great way to extend the life of the game. So these are the things that stood out for me. I feel that if you're a fan of tactical stealthy gameplay, then this game will be a good fit for you. It does a real fantastic job as well of staying true to what made the original game so great. And in my opinion, there are enough new features to keep things fresh. The level design, the commandos with unique skills, and the focus on stealth make this game for an incredibly rewarding experience. And what do you think? Are you feeling the tactical vibes, or do you think it's missing something? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you appreciated this breakdown, then please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks a lot and see you next time.